You'll never know what my favorite game of all time is. Never! Okay, seriously. First, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to all my viewers out there. Happy holidays. With that out of the way, my favorite all-time video game is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Unanimous, untouched, unbeaten. And unless something comes along and is better than this, it will never be topped. I did make a video explaining the story of Majora's Mask being my favorite game, but that had more to do with what I was going through at the time than anything. Now it's time to explain why it's my favorite Zelda game and thus my favorite game, period. Majora's Mask is one of the most unique and cleverly made Zelda games out there. The premise is that Link is searching for his friend Navi in the woods after she left him at the end of Ocarina of Time without even saying a word and for no good reason. Long story short, a kid with a strange mask and two fairies bumps into him, takes his horse in Ocarina, and leads him into a strange, warped version of Hyrule known as Termina. He then is turned into a Deku Scrub and left to die with one of his fairies. According to the Happy Mask salesman, that mask the kid was wearing was the Majora's Mask, a cursed mask that was used for hexing rituals long ago, which was forced to be sealed away because of all the trouble it caused. So it's your job to not only track down the mask, but also do it in 3 days' time, cause if you don't, a giant moon with the face on it will come crashing down and engulf the entire land in flames. Wow. That's the thing. This game is very dark, creepy, disturbing, and depressing. A lot of the characters you meet in this place shortly die after or are already dead when you find them. Really, the tone of this game's narrative can be summed up in 5 words. Live life, and then die. On the surface, this world looks and feels pretty sad, but that's exactly why I love it. I love the narrative in Majora's Mask because it does make you think about how death and catastrophe affects so many people. It really makes you start caring about these characters since some are completely unaware of the fact that death is literally staring at them miles away. However, a good narrative doesn't make a good game, which is why Majora's Mask is also one of the best adventure games ever made. It has the same functions and designs of its predecessor, Ocarina of Time, but uses them to create a better, richer experience. The biggest addition being the different masks you can wear. We got masks that can transform you into different Zelda species, masks that aid you in discovering secrets, masks for utility, and masks that literally only exist for one particular section in the entire game, which is mostly to get a piece of heart. That last part may not sound like fun to you, but trust me, the fun comes from getting those masks, which leads into my favorite part of the whole game. These are the best side quests I've ever experienced in a video game. And that's largely because of the mechanic of the whole game taking place in 72 in-game hours, meaning you actually have to know what you're doing around here, because if you don't... Some of my favorite side quests include stopping aliens from stealing cows from a farm, finding someone's fiancé only to find they've been turned into a kid by the Majora's Mask and reunite the engaged couple, minutes away from death, and even the classic giving a piece of paper to a hand in the toilet side quest. Just don't question it. Now, granted, there are a lot of dungeons in the game which are staples for The Legend of Zelda, but that was clearly not the focus here. The focus was to tell a sad, depressing story of the acceptance of death and create a game that could top Ocarina of Time, and in my opinion, it succeeds at both. I have never cared more about regular NPCs in my entire life, just wanting to tell them that everything's gonna be okay. Cause I'm gonna stop in that mood or I'm eating my hat! I could just go on and on about how much I love this game, but frankly, I can't do it justice. It's one of those games that you just have to play for yourself in order to truly understand the brilliance of it all. It's deep, it's fun, it's sad, but most importantly, it's my favorite game of all time, putting it at number 1 on the list. Until then, I'm the Super Gamer, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye!